World of YouTube, tearful sight here. And I don't care what anybody thinks, but I'm walking the pug this morning and something that just happened today that has never happened to me in my entire life. Like I always say, you can believe it or not, I don't care, but walking the pug past his house and there's a dog there, and Ted always likes to make it known that he's out front, so he's barking. His dog started barking, and they're both barking. I tell Ted to shut up and tug him along. You see this little tree here, right there. As I was about past that Jeep, maybe to the sidewalk, I just maybe was in between the sidewalk and this little rock. No sooner did I turn around from yelling at Ted, because of course he's going backwards, swinging around, trying to go back over the sidewalk because he wants to be a jerk and not shut his mouth, because he thinks he's the big man of the neighborhood pug. You know how that is. I literally turned around and a freaking big huge hawk just flew off that small tree, flew up into this tree. And when I tried to get my camera out, he took off that way. So pretty much this damn bird was right in front of my face, especially when he took off. I mean, once I turned and seen it just whoosh right out of the little tree there, I'm like, what the Never thought, and I don't know why it's in that tree, never thought in a million years. I mean, I've had them flying on the side of my car, and that, I tell you, man, led me to find out one of my friends passed away. But never in a million years have I ever had a friggin' hawk fly almost completely in front of my face. I would say he was a good 3 feet when he flew out of that tree. He sat up there a little bit, and then he flew off after I tried getting the phone out. And that was that. It's the thing, though. Every time I try and record these birds, I don't know what it is. Just like the damn eagle down the street, swooping down in the road. As I turned around and seen it, I seen this eagle right on my street. It flew out of a tree, flew up into another tree, and I said that couldn't have been. Of course, when I turned around, my wife and son saw it. It swooped down the middle of the road up until the point where it swung, if it was, as I'm facing it, swung to the left, and it went out to like where my backyard would have been. And I, drove back to the parking lot. Parked the truck, and I tried to get out and see if it would come anywhere near. Nope, it disappeared. Don't know where he went after that, but this is the first time in my life I've ever had a hawk swoop in front of my friggin' face. It's like mind-blowing. A lot to take in on that. Probably trying to tell me the spirit world is waiting, or they do. I do believe afterlife checking on you too. Because there was a radio show host, WZLX, I think his sister, maybe a brother or something a family member said to one of the other families, I'm going to be watching you like a hawk. And after he passed, I don't know, a month later, saw a hawk hanging around a window, so if that tells you anything. They do have meaning in the Native American world, so I don't know what that meant, though, just right now, because that was very damn close. That thing, if I had a piece of, a fish in my hand, could have took it from me. But yep, hang on a sec. Listen, you are. Oops. And dang nabbit. I had to friggin' adjust my hands. But over in that pine tree, I just seen him fly off. Go figure, I went to go pause the phone, and he's over here flying off. Right off that tree. I had to adjust my hands. And never. I seen him over there. Ah, well. Like I say, you can believe it or not, but truth is, ever since I started my, a month after the King Philip Great Chief Metacom War started, you know, back in 1675, it was 2015 I started doing my recordings and documentary of my own to bring life and bring you to places of this war. And it was that same year, probably in, what was it? I think the war started in June. And I picked up that book a month later in July and started reading the whole damn thing because I never read the thing and my father always had it stashed. I mean, I did grab it when I was a kid because I was always curious. I remember him talking about how he got it, you know, got a book from, for working with people. A couple old ladies back in the day wanted him to be his chauffeur and was going to buy the guy a house, but he didn't want to take my older brother out of Cub Scouts, and I don't know why, because, you know, don't get me wrong, they're not all like they all, but there have been some controversy that the Cub Scouts have some dirty men in there. So, obviously, these women knew something back in the day. This was like the, you know, late 70s. I was like 5 years old. I would always take that book out because it seemed very important. But I didn't know and understand not a damn word of it. And I was trying to read what I could, but just starting kindergarten, yeah, I don't know nothing. So I just sit there and look at the pictures that did have in it. And the one Indian that sat there pointing his crossbow up to the sky. Always infatuated with that book. You know, I always just picked the time when I was bored and had nothing to do and sit there and just look at it. But now I have it in my possession. And it's literally autographed by Sarah Ed Scott Sears. But ever since I started that damn book, from 2015, that hawk has been following me. All kinds of hawks. Because, of course, bringing myself to these places that this war happened must have been a big contribute to that. Opening up the doors to the truth. Of what the war really means in the books. And I still have an article I gotta break out of what they called natives in a story that they showed my kids in school. I wanted to bring that forth. Every time I bring it out or find it, I'm like, oh, I'll get to that, and then I forget. So there's so much other projects. It's not funny. But unbelievable. I've had owls swoop in front of my car, hawks swoop in front of my car, eagles swoop in front of my car. You know, all these birds are meant for sacredness. And to have one fly out in front of your face now, I said, what the f? I wasn't even expecting that. But it did. I just seen him over there and yonder, but whatever. Was that my tree? It was, you son. He was hanging in my tree. I got 2 big pine trees in my yard, and I'm pointing out over there to everybody, and it's my tree. So he went from that tree, must have swooped around, went to my tree. Wow. But But I have to document this stuff, sorry. Because this is literally something that's very sacred to me, let alone to the Native Americans. So, with that being said, I got to get myself back to some ghost hunting. I am working my way up to get back to that mansion, oh boy. I think I'm gonna get something damn good out of that with my new camera. Even though I've already caught something awesome in that place. Let alone a porthole, tiny porthole opening up. Could have emerged bigger, but and 4 knocks, 2 each in 2 different rooms. Let alone all the orbs of light in that place that I got circled and, you know, through the hallways. Talking about there's a landline in that place, so one of them spiritual lines, and I know it's in there. Let alone having the old frickin' birds flying around me. But till that next video, folks, be safe, take care, and always believe. You have to believe, because the afterlife is real. You get it all here on Tear for Sight. Till that next video, folks, out.